Your life as a medieval torturer.
You're born in 14th century Europe into what they call a cursed bloodline. Not cursed enough to die young, not blessed enough to escape your fate. Just stuck in the middle of nowhere with a destiny even the devil begs to pass on.
Yo, I don't care how lit the 14th century was. The fact that none of y'all ever had a car, the fact that none of y'all ever rode a plane, discovered good eats, that automatically makes anyone born in this era terrible. Or had a phone. None of y'all even had TikTok. None of y'all had YouTube. No Discord, you ain't called nobody. Did y'all even have TikTok? Y'all had fine shit. I don't know, bro. Makeup ain't exist until now.
Your mother spends her days praying for your soul before you even know you need saving. Your father, he's always gone, doing work that makes grown men wet themselves with fear. Then you hit age 2. Congratulations, you've beaten the plague and starvation. But surviving childhood might be the worst thing that ever happens to you. By age 4, you start noticing the whispers. People don't just avoid your house. They make the sign of the cross when they walk past it.
Dude, what is this? This is some anime type bullying right here. Oh my god, y'all see that kid right there? Yeah, he has a Ninetales body in him. Oh my god, yo, everybody shy away from him. I think one terrible thing about the 14th century or just back in the day, they believed superstitions like shit. Like, let someone say a woman is a witch, everybody's gonna run with it.
Your mother never takes you to the market, never lets you play with other kids. She says it's because of wild animals. You're starting to think the real animals walk on 2 legs and throw rocks at your windows. Then one day, curiosity kills more than just the cat. You sneak out to the village square and see a crowd gathered around a wooden platform. They're screaming, begging, the smell of blood and fear. And there, holding a strange metal device, is a man in a dark hood. The crowd parts when he walks by, some spitting, others just staring in horror. That's when you see it, your father's face under that hood. That night, you corner him. Your father sits you down, pulls off his gloves. His hands are scarred and stained, and tells you the truth that'll haunt every dream you'll ever have. Your father is a torturer. When someone steals bread, speaks against the Lord, or looks at a priest wrong, they bring him to your father.
That's the problem I hate with how people work back in the day. Or just in general. I don't think the punishment for somebody stealing should be to rip off their fucking fingers. The punishment for someone stealing should not be torture. It would be, maybe get this, I don't know if this is a revolutionary idea. Maybe have them work and pay it back. I don't know. That might be too revolutionary. Like, why did people back in the day just think it was cool to just hang somebody for stealing a potato? It never made sense to me.
His job? To hurt them until they confess to things they might not have even done. But wait, it gets worse. See, nobody applies for this job. Nobody wakes up thinking, gee, I'd love to spend my life breaking.
So it's just hereditary to be a torturer? Like your son's son is gonna have to watch you just end people's life off of what? I don't think minors should be seeing this. Maybe you should wait until they're like 16.
People's fingers for a living.
Or
which
never.
Means there's only one way people become torturers. They're born into it. Your grandfather was a torturer. His father before him, and his father's father? You guessed it. This isn't just some family business. It's a family curse. And guess what? You just inherited it. You had dreams once, maybe becoming a farmer, growing things instead of destroying them, maybe a merchant, traveling to far-off places where nobody knows your name, maybe even a priest, saving souls instead of damning your own. But none of that matters now. The city won't let you do anything else.
Why? Yo, what freaky tortures y'all got going on, bro? I don't think you should be introducing a kid to this type of torture. Matter of fact, is this really even torture? I know there's probably a couple people that probably enjoy this. What is this, branding? Are they branding him or are they smacking him?
You're marked, branded,
Okay, y'all couldn't have marked the kid literally anywhere else. You had to mark him dead straight in his butt cheeks. Oh my god, yo, let me find out I'm married to this girl. I'm about to like smash for the first time. And then I see like a branding on her butt of another dude's name. I'm calling that off. We are divorcing immediately.
First from birth to follow in daddy's bloody footsteps. Age 8, training begins. And by training, I mean learning how to clean up after human suffering. You start by sharpening the tools. Pliers for pulling teeth. Screws for crushing thumbs, ropes for the strap.
I don't care what anyone says. There is not a single thing that you could steal that is equivalent to getting all your teeth just plucked out. I don't care.
Each tool has a purpose. Each purpose involves screaming. Before you can touch human flesh, your father tosses you a pile of animal bones, pig femurs, goat ribs, cow skulls. Break them clean, he commands. Understand how muscles, sinew, and bone react under strain. You spend weeks cracking livestock remains, learning the precise pressure needed to shatter without killing. The stench of rotting meat clings to your clothes as you...
How how do you even teach that? Okay, hold on. Don't swing the hammer too hard. All right, we don't want to break anything. We just want to make it so that it's bruised. Imagine loving your son and like the innocence of your son is gonna disappear so quick. As soon as I see my son actually like hurt another man, I'm gonna be like, wow, is this really my son?
Master this grotesque craft on dead animals first. You learn to oil the rack so it doesn't
Now I see why nobody wants to be friends with him. Because his ass is just gonna end up just torturing them.
when it stretches people apart. You clean blood off stone floors until your hands are raw, scrubbing with buckets of vinegar. The only thing that cuts through the overwhelming reek of sweat, feces, blood, and decomposing flesh that clings to dungeon stones. The acidic smell burns your nostrils, but it's better than the alternative stench of human despair.
I don't think they had COVID masks back then.
Smell never leaves your clothes. Iron, blood, fear, sweat, and something else you can't name but makes your stomach turn. Your mother tries washing your clothes 3 times, but that smell? It's not coming out, ever. Month 9, your father decides you're ready to watch. A man is brought in, accused of stealing grain during harvest. He's crying, begging, swearing on his mother's grave that he's innocent. Your father doesn't care. Innocent or guilty, your father's job is to make the man confess. That's what the law wants. Confession.
Bro, torturing has to be the worst way of actually getting someone to reveal themselves. Because what you gotta understand is, if someone is threatening to pluck your teeth or whatever, a lot of the times, the only time that they're gonna stop torturing you is once they hear what they want to hear. But let's assume you're innocent, right? You're gonna just cave in and tell them a lie so that they can actually believe you and stop torturing you. And a lot of times that lie you do tell them will get you even in worse trouble. Torturing just does not work. It literally doesn't.
Your father starts with the thumb screws. Small metal devices that look harmless until they start crushing bone. The man's screams are so loud you think your ears might bleed. You want to look away, but your father's watching you, making sure you don't flinch. This is your future. This is what you'll do every day for the rest of your life. The man confesses after his 3rd finger breaks. He admits to stealing grain he never stole, names people who don't exist, just to make the pain stop. Another successful day at the office. You're 12 now, and the real education begins.
12? That's when it starts? 12 is when you're gonna have to slime people out?
Your father hands you the pliers and points to a prisoner's mouth.
No.
Start with the back teeth,
No.
he says casually. They're easier to grip. You hesitate. The prisoner looks at you with desperate eyes. Your father's hand lands on your shoulder. Not gentle. Warning. You do it now, or I do it to you later.
Now I see how this is like a lineage thing. Because everybody just, if they don't do it, they know they're gonna get tortured. So, wow.
He whispers. But there's more to fear than just his wrath. Cross the church, harm the wrong noble, or let a prisoner die before confession and they'll burn us both alive, he adds grimly. You've heard the stories. Torturers who disobeyed orders or showed unauthorized cruelty found themselves on the same pyres they once prepared for heretics.
Damn, okay, so now I see why all of them really stomach it. Because if they don't do it, they're gonna be on that opposite spectrum. Wow.
Your first tooth extraction takes forever. Your hands shake. The prisoner passes out from the pain before you're halfway done. Your father shakes his head. Sloppy work. We'll practice until you get it right. And you do practice, on prisoner after prisoner, until pulling teeth becomes as natural as brushing your own. Age 15 brings anatomy lessons. You learn where to cut for maximum pain without killing. How long someone can hang before their shoulders pop out. How many turns of the rack it takes to make someone beg. You discover
I don't know how you're like a medieval torturer seeing somebody spin and then their body just rip in half and you could stomach that. I don't know if that's something that you get accustomed to after a couple spins, but they gotta be traumatized. These torturers, like I don't think you could just rip someone in half and then go back home and be like, hello honey, oh you said how was work today? You know, the usual. You ready to sleep with me? Ready to have a good night? Let's drink some tea. Watch, I don't know, the farm and just go to sleep. This gotta be something that traumatizes you.
that fear is often more effective than pain. Sometimes just showing someone the tools makes them talk. The human...
Yo, let somebody say they're gonna torture me. I am literally telling you everything. Matter of fact, I'm confessing things that you didn't even ask for. Yes, Rye has a butt plug somewhere in his room. Yes, Tommy and FG wears a wig. Yes, Walk is secretly closeted. Like, I'm telling you everything.
Imagination fills in all the terrible ideas you don't even have to mention. Your father introduces you to the Iron Maiden. A human-shaped metal sarcophagus bristling with inward-facing spikes.
Like, how do y'all even decide who deserves what punishment? Is it randomized? Like, oh, is it spin the wheel? Oh, you landed on this. Or is it like, depending on what crime you are? Did you just talk to my girl? Boom! We got you on the Iron Maiden. Don't even look at her direction again.
Each spike pierces limbs, shoulders, thighs. Never vital organs, he explains, demonstrating on a screaming victim. The art is in prolonged suffering, not swift death. You learn to operate it with surgical precision, knowing exactly which spikes to engage for different types of confessions. By 17, you're ready for the rack, the king of torture devices. A wooden frame that stretches people like clay. Listen to their breathing, your father explains. When it gets ragged, ease off. When they start talking...
All right, what if like someone has like asthma? What if they have like respiratory problems and then they're just breathing heavily all the time and you can't tell the difference? What do you do then? Like, do you know the different sounds that they make? How do you identify when the breathing is too loud?
Tighten more. Keep them right on the edge between confessing and dying. Your first solo lesson comes at 18. A woman accused of being a witch because her neighbor's cow died. You start gentle, just showing her
Bro, I feel so bad for women back in the day, bro. You could reject a guy and they could be like, she's a witch. Oh, look at me, bro. I'm the most attractive man ever known to mankind. She don't want me, she's a witch. And then they're gonna execute her.
Tools. She denies everything. But before you can proceed, you're accused of showing unauthorized mercy. The church demands proof of your divine sanction. You're forced to undergo trial by ordeal, plunging your hand into boiling oil to prove your methods are blessed by God. The searing agony reminds you that even torturers aren't above suspicion. When your wounds heal cleanly, you're deemed worthy to continue. Thumb screws, still denying. Then you hang her by her arms for an hour. Finally, you mention her children. Shame they had to be questioned too. Kids are so fragile.
No. What do you mean you can get tortured because your parents were bad people? Quotations, bad people. You won't get her children all because she looked at you the weird way? Wow. And then, I didn't even think about that. Imagine the torturers that had to torture like 5-year-olds. There's no way you could be cool with that. I mean, because the latter is your ass is gonna get tortured, then that's what it is.
She confesses within minutes, admits to flying on broomsticks, dancing with the devil, cursing crops.
Like, I don't think this is a good thing to confess because either way, you're still gonna get tortured. You're cooked either way.
Lies, but effective lies. The crowd that watches her burn cheers your success. You feel sick. Years pass. You get good at your job. Disturbingly good. Your reputation spreads. They call you the Bone Breaker. You perfect new techniques. Keep detailed notes like any craftsman. Subject lasted 47 minutes before confession. Recommend different approach next time. But success comes with a price. Nobody talks to you except to hire your services. Kids run when they see you come.
I think one thing we neglect is the simple fact that we were born in this generation. I deadass think we were born in the best time in history ever. I be hearing stories about every crime that was committed back then, all these like crazy atrocities where the internet wasn't existing. Like, I'm like, how did y'all even live back then? Y'all really lived without a phone, bro. And I know people could say, oh, you're not gonna miss what never happened. Like, it's hard to miss something that you never knew was gonna happen. But I'm just thinking it's like, when y'all were sad, y'all just had to sit there and read books.
Kids run when they see you coming. Even priests won't let you sit with normal people. You're necessary but unwanted, useful but unclean. You live alone at the edge of town. Your only companions are screams that echo in your head. You drink heavily, but alcohol doesn't wash away the memories. Women won't marry you, so you find companionship with someone as hated as you are.
Ooh.
A brothel worker who understands what it's like to be society's necessary evil. 20 years of torture later, you're the most feared man in 3 counties. Your name makes
Man, I don't care who I am. A witch, shit, superwoman, you're not gonna see me next to a torturer. I don't care. Even if I'm as low as a brothel worker.
criminals weep. You've extracted thousands of confessions, sent hundreds to their deaths. But comfort is relative when your job is inflicting misery. Every night brings nightmares. Faces of people you've...
Bro, because I believe in an afterlife. Imagine a torturer when you get to the afterlife. You're cooked! You wanted to do all of this, torturing or whatever, and now you go and meet God, and now what?
broken. Voices begging for mercy you couldn't give. You wake up screaming more often than your victims did. Your wife gives birth to twin boys. For the first time in years, you feel hope.
No, bro, those are twin torturers. You increasing the bloodline terribly. Honestly, if I'm a torturer, I'm not having children. If I know what my child has to do when he grows up, I'm not doing it.
Maybe they can escape this life. But hope is luxury torturers can't afford. Your hands start shaking at 40. Years of gripping tools takes its toll. One day, you miscalculate. A prisoner dies before confessing. The judge is furious. Your reputation takes a hit. More mistakes follow. Word spreads that the great bone breaker is losing his touch. There's only one solution, and you hate it more than anything.
What?
You take your eldest son aside on his 13th birthday. This is our family trade, you tell him, watching his face crumble. I didn't choose it. My father didn't choose it, and neither will you. But if you're going to survive, you need to be better than I ever was. He cries. He begs. He tries to run away, but 3 days later, he's back, hungry and defeated. There's nowhere to run. The family curse follows you wherever you go. So you begin his training, just as your
Okay.
father
The way y'all were making it seem like he fell off, I thought like he had to like either punish his son or his son punishes him. Y'all made me think that he did a crime or something.
trained you. You see in his eyes the same death of innocence you felt all those years ago.
And see, that's why you shouldn't have a son.
The cycle continues. Your son learns the trade, masters the techniques, earns his own reputation. You retire to a corner of the house, hands too shaky to work. But retirement isn't freedom. It's just a different prison. You listen to screams from below, knowing your son is continuing the family tradition. Every cry reminds you this is your legacy, the curse you pass to another generation.
Literally.
You die at 52, which is old for someone in your profession. Most torturers don't live
I didn't even think about that. Even back then, bro, you're living to like definitely below 60. You don't even have a good long life. At least now with all our health advances, like a lot of us are gonna see, you know, a good age.
to see grandchildren. The stress, the drinking, the constant fear of
No. Please, for the love of God, do not have grandchildren. Imagine seeing your grandchild being a torturer.
revenge kills them young. But you've been lucky, if you can call any part of this life lucky. But even in your final years, there's no peace. Torturers are feared even in retirement. Villagers believe you're cursed, damned by your bloody trade. When your active service ends, you're quietly exiled to remote regions. Society's way of erasing
Good. Honestly, that's what should happen because you're telling me my dad got slimed out for something he didn't do. You tortured him, you broke his limbs, and you want to chill in the same neighborhood I am. You better run.
the shame you represent. Few torturers receive pensions or land. Most are relocated far from civilization or executed in secret to prevent their dark knowledge from spreading. Your sons bury you in the torturer's corner of the graveyard, far from decent folk, even in death. No priest says prayers over your grave. No mourners come to pay respects. Just your family, carrying on a tradition that's destroyed every generation
I don't blame them for not mourning your death though because you were killing everybody. You were torturing everybody.
for centuries. But at least it's over for you. The nightmares stop. The guilt ends. The screams
Oh no, you're gonna meet God and it's GG's from there, bro.
finally fade to silence. You've paid your debt to a world that needed someone to do its dirty work, even if it hated you for doing it. Your sons, though, their story is just beginning. And somewhere in town, a 40-year-old boy is starting to wonder why people cross themselves when his family walks by.
Great video, wow. Anyways, YouTube, do y'all think y'all would stomach being a medieval torturer? Let me know about any fun facts y'all have. If you were a torturer, would you have went on with it or just take the punishment? Make sure you guys subscribe, join us on Twitch, all that good stuff. Likes for life.